Big thanks to Kamado Joe for sponsoring this episode.
Hey, I'm Pitmaster X and I need to tell you about what's going on. The Brazilians secretly are hiding beautiful cuts of meat from us, and it's not fair, and it stops right here. You see all of that anger? It's because I want to share everything with you. And that's why I've written down all of our recipes and it's available to you for free on our website, pitmasterx.com. So check that out. Everything written down, and you can just print it or watch it on your tab and just cook whatever we're cooking. So easy, and it's free. Check it out. Also, you want to make sure to check out our weekly vlog, and all of the links are down below, so go do that right now while I'm going to be roasting Brazilians. Well, I'm not going to be roasting, I'm going to be roasting like a Brazilian. That's not what I said. Cupim. Or something like that. That's how you pronounce this cut of beef. Look at how beautiful it is. So fat and so beautiful. All of those colors. It looks so good. You know, when I see this, I'm just thinking barbecue. That's what I'm thinking. It's got everything. It's got color, it's got fat, so it's gonna taste amazing. But let me show you where this comes from. Because it comes from a cow that we don't have here in the Netherlands. Why, we might have one somewhere walking around, but it's not your traditional cow. When you think of a cow, this is not what you think of. So they got a special cow walking around in Brazil that looks like, just look at that cow. Look at it. It's got a big hump on his back. That's crazy, right?
So, wait.
Yeah.
What?
Yes. It's weird.
Huh?
That's a cow.
And that's that thing right there.
I don't know how this happened, but I would say it just like a cow and a camel did something. They had a party. It got a little crazy. This is like a Los Angeles thing, I'm guessing.
Is there milk in it?
No, there's no, I think, but no water either.
Shake it.
It's just solid. It's beef.
Is barbecue ready?
I think it's barbecue proof. We should make something out of it. Now, if you look this up, cupim, online, you're gonna find a lot of recipes where they actually slow cook it. So they're gonna maybe sear it off, then wrap it up and slowly cook it, or even sous vide style. But what they don't tell you is that this is really good when you cook it the traditional Brazilian way, the churrascaria. And that's what we're going to do today. So let's fire up our Kamado Joe. While our barbecue is coming up to temperature, we're going to take a closer look at this beautiful piece of meat. So this is the hump that basically sits on top of the cow, and I want to take a look inside. I'm slicing up a steak, and whoa, look at that. Look at the amount of fat that's inside this hump. I don't know, it's like breaking open a rock and finding a beautiful gem inside. Look at this, the intermuscular fat is insane. This can only mean one thing: juicy meat. The problem is, it's probably gonna be really, really tough. That's why they cook it for a long time traditionally. So I'm thinking, how can we solve that problem? How are we gonna unlock the secrets to make this a desirable cut? Now, the first step that I'm looking at is like, I see this line in the center right there. And it's on the other side as well. And I'm just thinking, we gotta take that off. Like, something inside of me tells me, wow, that's gonna be a tough piece. With this part that just came here off the end, it's going everywhere. So I wanna go back to basic, like this piece, this is gonna probably run through it. Now, I'm gonna make a cut along that line, like this, all the way down to the middle, which is hopefully gonna leave us with a big chunk of meat that we can work with. Let's make a cut right there. This is the line that I'm gonna follow. Like that, and then we're gonna use our javelazeira, which is basically my Brazilian steak knife, and we're going to cut into it, and we're going to unlock the Brazilian secrets. Whoa! What? See, it's like Brazilian Wagyu, and no one's talking about it. Do you feel cheated now, Morrison? Do you feel cheated now? They keep this to themselves. They're not sharing it with the world. And we found it. Now, I want to trim this off. I want to trim this off. And I'm going to use our beautiful knife to work the way through. We just gotta follow that fat cap. Most of the time when you cut unknown pieces like this, the meat talks to you and you just gotta listen to it. What is it saying to you? Like, I can feel with my knife, it's saying, I am tough. I am a tough piece of meat. So you gotta listen to that and you gotta use your brain and think about what's going on. We can't just cook this up and expect it to be good. So this has all got to go. So I'm basically just checking everything for excessive fat, silver skin, hard pieces. Look, like this piece, we can't use that. That's gonna turn out horrible. So we gotta use our knife and work our way through it. Look at that. That's what we're unlocking right here. Now I wanna get rid of this hard piece of fat right here with that silver skin. So all we need to do now is get this onto our skewer. Now look at this. That's way better. Look at that intermuscular fat. Look at that meat. We can grill this as it is. And of course, before we're going to put this on the barbecue, we're going to season it heavily with salt. And I'm using fleur de sel, which is a light sea salt. I've got my Kamado Joe Classic running at a temperature of 180 degrees Celsius. And now I'm going to put my skewer with our secret Brazilian cut. I want to be slow roasting this so I have a good amount of distance between the charcoal and the meat. And when I'm cooking with the lid open like this, I want to close the bottom vent all the way to minimize the airflow. We're going to let this go, but we're going to keep our eye on it at the same time. When that fat starts rendering down and dripping into that fire, we don't want a big flare-ups. So I'm sticking around the fire, just making sure this goes down well. I'm using the charcoal and the flames to create the perfect crust on this beautiful piece of meat. And as you see, the fat's dripping down in the charcoal and the flare-ups I'm using for the last piece where the meat hasn't caramelized yet. So I'm expecting a lot of heat like this. And when I pop it out, look at that. You see that bubble? That's fat melting out of the meat, creating a beautiful crust. Look at this beautiful caramelization on the meat. And it kind of has like that light brown color. And the smell is really beefy, but it looks more like veal or like pork meat. But the smell is definitely beefy. Every time like you get a beautiful crust on the outside, you take your knife and slice off a thin layer. And that right there is the magic. That's what makes Brazilian meat so tasty. Salted, caramelized over an open fire. No first reaction, because as soon as I got that first slice in my hand, I put it in my mouth. If you've been Brazilian grilling at home, you know that first slice is for the chef. And there's something about this. Like, I was eating it. My first reaction was, whoa, juice is running into my mouth. It's jumping at you. You got beef flavor, you got juiciness. At the same time, you think like, wow, wait, it's not beef. It's totally different from what you're used to. It's not like you're eating a ribeye. Don't expect that. It's more of like eating a high-grade piece of Wagyu and then combining it with other things. Like maybe it could be like beef ribs, or it could be, I don't know. It's like, it's a thing on its own. It's like you need to try. It's not, you can't compare this to anything else. It's completely different. It's fun to do. Just stand around.
Oh, no, I go first now. You get your part, don't worry about it. And be honest, you already had your part. This looks incredible. I wonder how it really tastes like. Oh, what? Oh my god, it's like pork belly or something. This is bacon from beef. I reckon this isn't even the part that people are really familiar with, and maybe it's also a good price. I'm looking to the man himself, the paying man. What? But not picanha prices. Not picanha prices. But it's crispy, fatty. It was incredible. Yeah.
So like,
Yeah.
just go for it.
Go for the salsa.
But you gotta eat it with a little bit of meat,
Yeah.
because I'm
A little bit.
I put a little heat in it. It's nice and sour, refreshing.
Ooh.
It's quite refreshing compared with the meat. So you gotta like tone it down a bit.
Yeah.
And when you're thinking like Morrison said bacon, pork belly, I also mentioned pork belly. But the thing is like, it's not the fat of the pork belly, because that's like one big piece. But here it's like in with the meat. And that's the awesome part. That renders down and that makes it juicy. So you don't get a blob of fat. The fat melts and then you're like left with the meat. And the meat's basically fried.
Yeah, bacony.
Yeah.
Bacony fries.
Yeah, like fried bacon. That's what this is. And then with the salsa, they just freshen things up. If you don't like heat that much, then just put in a little bit less chipotle than I did. But I'm loving it. Personally, I think it gives a real kick to the salsa. And of course, you can find the recipe for the salsa and all of this on our website, pitmasterx.com.
Oh yeah, get that recipe, man.
This might be one of your most genius things that you've been able to keep from the rest of the world. This is good stuff. Look at that. There you go.
All right, so thank you guys for watching. I want to thank all the patrons and the YouTube members.
That's right.
You guys are a big help to this channel. Please like and subscribe this video, please. It will help us a lot. And I think they should check out next time.
Next video.
They should be there.
Oh
I hope
yeah,
they'll be there.
But you gotta make this at home. That's the main thing.
Until then, eet smakelijk.
And keep on grilling. Dude, this stuff is insane.
Oh, that salsa is kind of spicy.
But it's
You gotta be careful.